Well, this guy looks like he's in rough shape. Let's go start a chat with him. And yeah, he's just man, like everybody recognizes that this is Kiryu. He's like, "Oh, aren't you Kiryu?" And the jogged memory, like he introduces himself. He's Kudai Zaka, but yeah, apparently he was in the third game. There was a sub story where they were filming a movie and Kiryu had to take in because one of the actors was hurt, and I guess it's this guy again because he's not doing too well. So yeah, that was a pretty fun mission in the third one, and they're doing it again for this one. Because, they're going to be filming a movie today, he's in a rough shape, and they need somebody to take over his part. And you have the option of, say, taking part in it. And, of course, you're going to, because it wouldn't be much of a sub-story otherwise. Yeah, if some guy asks you for help, you say no, and you get experience. And Kiryu asks just like, "Oh, what kind of role am I playing, man?" And he's like, "Well, this is the best, man. Like, this movie's gonna be Yakuza action." And Kiryu's like, "Action? Well, if it's that, then I can do that, man." Like, oh yeah, Kiryu can. He can do action. And he's gonna take us to the filming place. Okay then. Yeah, and the director recognizes Kiryu right off the bat. Like, "Oh man, thank you for taking part in this. Like, you're saving us, man." And we're going to be playing the role of Tatsu, and he wants us to read the script. So yeah, while you're reading this, you gotta yeah, remember the one from the third game. You had to remember your lines, and they'd also give you certain directions of what you needed to do during a fight. This one's no different. But of course, the big twist is that if you just remember your lines, like right off the bat, like you just deliver them straight, like it's okay. Like they're pleased with that. But you can also do ad libs, which are more in line of like super tough things to say, and if you do a really good one, they're so happy about it, and that like kind of boosts up how happy they are with your filming at the end, because the amount of money you get after you finish this is dependent on how well you do. Anyways, I didn't bother translating the entirety of the script there because, I'll just do it as we go here. But you get asked to read it again, or yeah, I remember everything. Let's do this thing. Yeah, there's like he's just addressing the vampire guy here named Yamashiro is addressing Kiryu, or Tatsu, I should say. I don't really quite get. He's got like a special name. It's like God Room no Tatsu. That's just the way the kanji read. Like, I guess I should have looked that up, but yeah, whatever. I'll just call him Heavenly Tatsu just for the hell of it. Anyways, the first lines here is just like, "It's time for you. I've come here to do some payback for you. It's time for you to, pay for what you've done, brother Kyodai." And you can do that and work. Yes, please seriously work for me, brother. Yeah, I don't think that's a good one to choose. And the other one's just like, "I've come here to pay back some honor and humanity, brother." And that's like that's one you want. Like this one up here is the main line. This one here's the line you want to say. That's the ad lib. And you can tell when you've done something good because they're like smiling behind you. And he's just like, "Oh, you've come here to kill me, huh? Well, I'm sorry, but that's not possible. Because I'm not a living person anymore. I am a..." And the first one's, "I, are you, oh, you're a vampire? Oh, you're an umpire?" And the, "Oh, you're a vampire? And you're a..." And the, "Oh, you're a..." And the first one's, "I, are you, oh, you're a vampire? Oh, you're an umpire?" And the first one's, "I, are you, oh, you're a vampire? Oh, you're an umpire?" And the Bond by it. I don't know what that is, but yeah. Yeah, we'll call him an umpire. Yeah, that'll go over well. Yeah, of course, he's a bloody vampire, so let's just call him that. Oh, yeah, you kind of noticed that was the actual line in the script there, and yeah, they just kind of like nodded, like, "Oh yeah, good job" when you did it. Like they weren't like super happy. But yeah, anyway, Yamashiro here is just like, "Oh, so you know, huh? Well, yeah." And yeah, here's my friends. All right, some good old models imported from Yakuza Dead Souls. This whole mission's kind of just kind of like a friendly nod to that time again. Anyways, stage directions say we got to knock out these guys in a certain order. We got to start with the guy who's dressed in all in black. Oh, piss off. Yeah, good old memories of that game. All right, guy of all black. After that, we got this guy with the hat. I really don't want to use any heat actions because it's important for the next part. After this, we got to deal with the punk at all in yellow. And last is glasses guy. I want to monitor your movements. Yay, we beat the zombies and we didn't have to even get a gun in this time and use the crappy shooting mechanics of Dead Souls. Like, I thought that was okay, but I don't know, just a bit of a tangent there. I find like the community, especially in the West, is kind of like Dead Souls, like it was okay at the time, but now people are really starting to kind of like dislike it because it's the last game that we've got over here, and a lot of people are blaming the shitty sales of that one for why we haven't seen this Yakuza 5 over here yet. But yeah. Yamashiro was just like, "Oh, well done, Tatsu." Yeah. And, we gotta... He's kind of just talking about like, "Oh, well, you're not gonna be able to take me out." And, first line... Bottom line here, we'll start with the crappy one first. The crappy one is here is just like, "Yeah, you're really trying out sashimi, aren't you?" Like, well, okay, that's a mess up. Don't want to be saying that. And, it's just like, "Oh, I'm going to really test if you can't be killed." And this is the best line. This is like the ad lib that you can do. Is just like, "Well, the immortal you, I'm going to make sure you have a living hell. I'm going to show you a living hell." And yeah, that's kind of a badass line. And I'm really happy about that. And he's brought some more zombie friends. Now for this one, we have to make sure we knock out 2 guys with a heat action. Like that's our limit. Like if we don't do that, then they're not happy. But I'm just going to do this one and knock out 4 guys at the same time. Alrighty. And we'll get another heat action for good measure. He's just like, well done. But the only person remaining is me. And what do you think you can do about that? I'm immortal. And you think don't you know that you can't kill me? And he brings out the sword. He's like, "That sword is really Oboro Ozuki. What a stupid thing. Why do you have that?" And, the kind of thing you can draw from that sword is the only thing that can kill him. And, apparently, he kind of took it before because all these things talk about how, like, oh, the Oborozuki you got from the old boss, our boss, that was a fake. Yeah, just like, yeah, the one you got from the one you stole from the boss was a fake sword, fake Oborozuki. Yeah, and like he gave you like a crappy one. He entrusted you with a crappy sword. And, you know, the one you got from the boss, that was fake hair. Okay, well, whatever. That's a bad one. This one here's a good one that you gotta use to make everybody happy. Yeah, look at them. Oh, they're so thrilled. But, you know, Yamashita the vampire, he's just like, well, whatever. This is interesting. Let's see if you can take my life. It'll be fun. Vampire Yamashiro. And for this, we have the famous glowing sword, Oborozuki. And since we have it, this guy is a big chump. Wow, there's like electricity crackling on the blade. Didn't notice that before. So the big struggle with this one is that you got to finish him off with a heat action using that. I don't think it really matters because the last time I did this one, I kind of messed up and I just stabbed it normally for the last one, but I still classed it with flying colors. Like I did everything I needed to and I got like the highest reward. So as long as you're cool with everything up to this point, it shouldn't really matter. Alright. Yeah! Ooh, I leveled up. He's like, I'm gonna die, but I'm an immortal vampire. And yeah, you gotta give your badass partying one-liner here. Yeah, and it's just like, in that world over there, you go apologize to the boss. And well, yeah, I forgot to translate this one when I did this playthrough before, but it's probably something stupid. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, and then this one is just like, in hell, the boss is waiting for you. And like, I think that's like the most badass one, but that it's not. Like, you got to go for the ad-lib for that one to make them all happy. Yeah. And cut. And they're just going to review. They're going to say like, oh, your ad-libs were awesome. Then they just talk about how well you're fighting, and you're like, oh, that was great. We got some great footage. And then we get our reward. And we get the highest reward, which is 10 million yen. Now you might think, well, okay, well, that's cool. Awesome. But yeah, you might be thinking like, oh, that's cool. Like, I can screw up and still get some money. Well, you gotta pass a certain threshold. Like, I think it's a cutoff's like 7 million yen. That's 70,000 yen. That's the cutoff there. Like, if you get below that, then that means that you only got to finish for the mission. You haven't got to complete. And if that matters to you, then yeah, you got to watch out for that. Okay, we've done. Awesome.